is used for making what I call a magic card. It's one of these cards. Notice the message here and the message here. Watch what happens. Notice these parallels and this X. Notice what happens to the message as we flip it around. Now we have a new message. Our first message gets hidden and it's flipped over here. Now the green one ends over here on the right. I'll show you again. This is called a magic card. So the first thing you need to do, I like to work with two-sided cardstock for this because it gives you a great complementary effect. So you place the template on a piece of cardstock, and this one I have the width cut down to size already. I'm going to make sure the template's perfectly square against all the edges. Then you trace across it, across the perimeter. Now these are two cut lines that you want to make later on. You just trace them like that. You need to do this twice. So I'm picking two of this. You can get two out of a standard piece of cardstock. So just go up here and I'll trace again the top. Cut lines here. Cut the two pieces down to size, and now I just want to make these last two cut lines. I also want to fold this card in half. You can score this actually from cut line to cut line, just so you make sure that you're folding it right down the middle. Alright, so now that I have my two cards cut, what I want to do is I want to set them aside for a moment, and we need to cut 4 pieces. I like to use the cardstock, pieces of the cardstock that I just used because the colors will match, and cut 4 strips just like this that are 1/2 inch wide by 8 or 8.5 inches long. And you can also use ribbon at this stage. Paper or cardstock won't last as long as ribbon will, but get 4 of them cut just like this. What you want to do is lay the cards like this, open on both sides, and then take your you want to space them apart a little bit here, each one of them, little bit, about 1/8 of an inch. And then we'll start with this left side. So I've taken the complementary cardstock, turned it into the ribbon side, the little strip. And what you want to do is you want to take 2 of these pieces and lay them in here like an X. This is where we're going with it in the end. So you want nice symmetry here. You don't want it to go too far up like that. You want it to be about like this. As we make this, you'll see why you don't want it to go too far up. Let me just move this card out of the way for a second. You want to fold this over. What I'm trying to do here is I'll leave about 2 inches or 1.5 inches overlap right here. So I got the one, I got the second one. We're going to fold this over. So we're going to tuck it in between each card here. So if you fold it like this, the angle of the fold will kind of help you keep this angle in position. So now what you do is you pull this out, apply a little bit of glue to the inside here. Well, you want full coverage glue here. Apply the glue there. Bring it back in here and adhere it to the underside of the card. So it's going to look like this on the inside. You want to do the same to the other one. Apply the glue here. Don't glue past the fold. You don't want to adhere the X to the card. You just want to adhere the other parts to the card. So make sure you have your symmetry there. Now I have this glued in to the underside. Now you bring back your other card, make sure it's still open in the direction where you want it to be. And you want to sandwich this in now. So that's where we're going with this. So we apply a little bit of glue to the bottom of this. We're eventually going to glue the card together like this, but right now you don't want to glue it permanently. You just want to put these strips in. Okay, so that's what we have here. Okay, so the next thing you do is we're now going to flip these strips over so we can complement the colors. You can just bend about 2 inches in, just bend that like so, and bring it into this little slit that we created earlier. You want to bring it as far down, and then this will go. You sandwich this one in. This will be sandwiched in, and it'll sit like that. So apply a little bit of glue here. Bring it in. I know about where this will be here, so I can apply the glue to this edge. And again, I want to sandwich this in between the card. Okay, that's that end. And we want to repeat that on the bottom here, right about there. So we line this up, we make sure we got about enough here, equal on this side as we are to this side. Apply a little bit of glue, bring it under. We know about where this is folding, so we can bring it around like this. And we sandwich it in. Push it down like this. Now we have everything that we need on this card as far as these ribbons go. I'm going to take some temporary glue here in case, just to get these cards to close. And temporary is fine when you're doing the final card as well. You don't want to apply too much liquid glue to anything. It'll make paper curl. So this is fine. Just apply a little bit of glue to these edges. And now some ideas of what you can do here. You can introduce a photograph here just to show you the magic effect. Watch what happens. Well, let's make sure we got our creases here. So let's see what happens to this photo as I bring it around. There you go. That's actually the perfect position for it because you can see the faces and the X ribbon is here. And you notice the colored side is here. Now watch what happens here. So the colored side goes to the left and we have this here. So you can add something else like this into the mix. So right here this one disappears. Let's add some temporary glue to this just to show you the effects of how this would work. So there you go. This is the perfect scenario. You've got the baby here and the two children here.